In many paintings in history, we can see the traditional understanding of sin, Satan and hell, with a Satan with black bat wings, horns, tail, pitchfork, welcoming evil and sinful people into a fiery hell. But this is an unhelpful and truly real understanding. Satan does not appear with wings and horns. The reality of Satan's work and labor in the world today can be seen in the corruption of young people, the collapse of sexual morality, the growing problems of drug abuse, crimes of all kinds, wars and conflicts between peoples and between individuals. This is the work of the devil, not the one described in some obscure and romantic way, but in the practical corruption of human life today. How does Satan exert his influence in today's world? From time to time, during the trials of mass murderers, you hear them say something like, "I heard voices telling me that I had to kill, that I had to do this, that I had to do that." And indeed, this is a reflection of the satanic evil spiritual influence at work in our world today. What happens is that Satan has a relationship in which he influences, in the spiritual world, people who have lived an evil life in the past and are part of his world, spiritual hellish level. And then these evil people influence the lives of people on earth, pushing them and making them do evil thoughts and actions and live their own satanic life that they lived when they were on earth. That is why the Apostle Paul himself spoke of this spiritual influence in his life as well and said, "I do not do the good that I want to do, but I find myself doing the evil that I do not want to do." This was because of the spiritual influence of Satan and those for it in his own religious life. The only way out of this tragic situation is to cut the connection with Satan, with his evil angels and evil people in the spiritual world who are under his yoke, by reconnecting with God in a true relationship. This is not as easy as it sounds, because throughout history people have tried to relate to God and still found themselves committing sins and crimes they did not want to do. If we think about sin, it exists in different forms. The easiest sin to deal with is personal sin, the one we do on our own. It could be compared to the leaves of a tree. Below personal sin, however, there is also collective sin. Even if we ourselves have not committed a sin, we can be responsible for things done by people in the past, whether by a nation or a group, such as our race, collectively, or by our own ancestors. In the Bible it says that the sins of the fathers will fall on the children until the third or fourth generation. But the part of sin that is most difficult to eliminate is original sin, the sin that comes from Adam and Eve, because this sin is passed on in man's descendants spiritually and no one has ever been able to deal with it and solve it. Thus, through original sin, Satan has been able to maintain his dominion and power over mankind for thousands and thousands of years.